And what's going on, guys? MiniKhal here, coming at you with a day 250 update. So just following the normal kind of format that these videos have kind of taken. So first and foremost, we are looking at the TCP. Last video was at about 2.69, so just about 2.7. Again, I've jumped up about another 200k, looking at 2.9 mil, so just shy of 3 million. So kind of very much in line. The roster is very much so in the phase of growth. So the TCP, while I was averaging probably about 100k in the past, we are now averaging about 200k every 10 days or so, and I imagine as the roster kind of continues to grow, hopefully I can maybe get up that number to about 300k every 10 days or so. But so that's where the initial roster is. Some things we are currently working on and kind of looking at. So the Falcon and Winter Soldier event did end. I was able to actually 3-star the node essentially like the day before it ended. So I did get a little bit of ease into that, so that was pretty nice. Some things I'm currently still working on. We are kind of right in the middle of Dark Dimension 3, so we are on Node 8 of the global section, which is the last global node. So I am in preparation right now to get my Cosmic team kind of up and running. So currently for Cosmic, I do have Silver Surfer and Hela are already G14, and they are both ready for Dark Dimension 3. I am planning to bring in, kind of to go with them, Minerva is a plan. And again, the kind of thinking behind that is she is going to be Dark Dimension 4 viable as well. And I am still kind of deciding on who I want to do as a fourth. I do have Longshot already ready up to G14, so he is already kind of my third. So Minerva, I guess, technically would be my fourth, and if I'm able to get Shatterstar up to G14, he will be my fifth. The Dad Bros definitely function better when they are together versus separately. So just kind of trying to get some more Gravitonium, and he will be the planned fifth. Basically what I've been trying to do is anyone I am taking into Dark Dimension 3, I am planning to take into Dark Dimension 4, and having Kale and Dracarys kind of going through Dark Dimension 4 currently has kind of given me a lot of insight on certain characters that do work a little bit better than others. So that's kind of what I'm working on as far as the long term. Kind of in correlation with that, I am also working on getting more of that orange gear farmable. So I am actually progressing my way through the Doom campaign, or the Doom War, as it's called in game. But so I'm working my way through. I am on the Wave 1 Avenger nodes. So I'm actually currently right now bringing up the Wave 1 Avengers. I think they are probably the better team as far as the options that you do have, for a couple reasons. Number one, they make up a great war defense. And then the second part is there is a node later on that is Avengers, and all 5 of these characters meet that Avenger tag as well. So I've already brought up the majority of the team to Gear Tier 12, at least level 65 in most cases. I'm currently working on Black Widow. And I actually haven't tried that node since I brought up Black Widow a little bit further. So we will test that out also and just see kind of how we're doing. The one node I am actually on, I think it's now, is actually a node I do need to 3-star, as it does have one of the materials that I do need. So kind of both of these items right here, the damage catalyst, while I don't need them at the moment, I am running into a little bit of a crunch with those on Kale, because of just a lot of characters need these for Dark Dimension 4. And then these ones right here, the Superior Phosphates, while I don't need them at the moment, they are definitely very vital to the bio characters, and bringing in 3 bio characters into the city nodes for Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4. Definitely these will get depleted pretty quickly. The other one over here, I need to go back and 3-star this as well, as I do need these superior marrow extracts. So these are both of these nodes right here are nodes I do particularly need. And just kind of looking back through a lot of the other nodes so far that I have passed, there's not anything that I like desperately need at the moment. So this is kind of the first two set of nodes where I'm actually needing a piece of gear. So kind of my recommendation as you are progressing through the Doom campaign is to kind of just build up your team. And when you make a significant improvement, that's when you can kind of go back in and try the node, see maybe where you are currently lacking and what you still need to work on, and then just kind of go from there. So, obviously, Black Widow is the one that I am bringing up, so I will bring her up to level 65, gear tier 12, and then with her talents, 6, 6, 6, and 4. And then if I'm still having an issue with these nodes, I can start working on their T4s, which their T4s are listed in the Discord infographic section. And luckily for this team, they are a very light T4 based team. And the kind of basic mechanic behind this team is more or less you basically are trading off the taunts between Captain America and Hulk, and basically you're having just those two characters get hit constantly. While they are getting hit, Thor is building up his charges, and then Thor is kind of popping off with his passive and doing large amounts of damage. So this node in particular is unique in the node so far, as it is an operator one. So basically you want to kill the little guys that have the arrows above their heads prior to them going a combination of 4 turns. Once that does happen, obviously you would lose the event. And I keep forgetting with this node to save Black Widow's special, because she does remove the debuffs. So I've been forgetting to kind of save that, essentially because when Magneto does that, everyone gets blinded, which we then just had Thor's passive get wasted. But anyway, so far with this node, we have lost Hawkeye, which is it's not the end of the world. Obviously, I have not been able to complete this node yet, so just getting able to complete it is definitely making progress. And then as I kind of get my characters a little higher, we can go back in and see basically what needs to be done to basically get it to 3 stars. Obviously, you want these nodes 3 stars. That way, farming does become much easier. But right now, basically the focus is just to complete this node. So we do have kind of a really cool dynamic, like I said. Hulk is basically healing himself every time he taunts. Captain America is giving energy to everyone. So the team functions really pretty well and at pretty low levels too, which is, another good thing. And yeah, so I mean, that's just kind of, where we're working at. When I 1-starred that first node, Black Widow was actually at like level 1, and I hadn't worked on any of her abilities yet. So the fact that it was able to 1-star it was, pretty surprising. The match basically came down to these 3 characters right here. And it is looking, kind of similar. Unfortunately, we are super blinded over here. So we've been blind for like almost 3 turns, I think, now. So, I mean, that's a bit unfortunate. This is probably going to be a wipe, and definitely more a wipe on the lines of like bad RNG, because I have been able to get to, I think, the last operator. And that was even before like Black Widow got worked on. So this was just a situation of a little bad RNG and me not remembering to make sure that I save Black Widow's special. So that's just, kind of a learning curve type thing. But I definitely think I can kind of go back in and probably get this at least 2 stars. Let's go ahead and try this one more time, and then we'll just go back to the normal kind of account update stuff. I'll go into what I'm buying in the store, where I am in Dark Dimension 3, and I guess, just kind of the overall what I've been focusing on. So we're going to go back in. Some of these fights are definitely RNG dependent, or, just kind of remembering how the node works and basically timing your cooldowns appropriately. So what we will do is, that second Black Widow special, we are going to save until the Magneto drops and he does do his blind. That way we are not getting stuck behind those blinds, especially in particular Thor. We don't want Thor stuck behind blind because as you were seeing, a lot of the damage was going out to either Captain America or Hulk, and Thor was doing his passive ability, but because he was blinded, that damage wasn't, equaling anything. So we definitely don't want that happening. So we will save Black Widow's passive, or not her passive, her special, and just kind of go from there. So we just about ready to get that next wave going. I think in order for the next wave to drop, we need the operator to go down, but she should be going down there. Perfect. We are going to, let's see, let's actually focus on the operator. The operators are definitely more important, and with my current team, I know that I can't like finish off Magneto before he goes, so we're just going to focus on the operator. We did get blinded. We will taunt with Hulk, which is going to clear his blind. And now, hopefully, Black Widow will live long enough for her to go, and then we can basically clear those blinds. Cool thing about Hawkeye is because of just the way his kit is built up, all right, so that did not clear, and that's basically because she is not fully done with her abilities, but she did clear it off the rest of them. But the one cool thing about Hawkeye is because of the way his kit is built, even if he's blind, he actually still hits, and that's just kind of going into the lore of his character about, like, him never missing, basically. But we are doing much better this one. We've got the blinds off of Thor, which is important. We're going to go in, we'll do some stuns, and we will do blinds of our own, and we should be having the next operator drop in a little bit. Once that next operator drops, we will basically just kind of continue the fight, and this is definitely one of those situations where when you are kind of doing these matches and you might have a bad run in particular, it's always good to kind of try again, especially if you've done better on a previous run. A lot of that kind of comes down to RNG. So this wave in particular, I want to get rid of Cable, not because Cable is like this phenomenal, great character, but because he does have those, he's got that slow down mechanic with his special. I don't want him slowing my team. So I'm going to kind of focus fire on him, and should be able to get him taken out with this attack. All right, boom, we got him out. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Juggernaut, and we should have Thor's getting ready to kind of do his move again. And, you kind of notice between Hulk, basically with him kind of taunting, he's getting, it's kind of a juggling match where he is getting those death proofs and also healing at the same time, which is pretty cool. So, he'll heal, he gets basically back up to the yellow, and then he goes back into kind of death proof, which gives him speed up. So we are down kind of to the wire. We've just down to Hulk and Thor, so I might not still be strong enough to finish this. Just because I'm only down to 2 characters, and we'll see though. I might be able to kind of get through this. We'll see. It's kind of going to depend on if Thor can live, so we will see. This definitely obviously is not a 3-star attempt, but a 1-star attempt is definitely progress, and that means that I am kind of like almost to the point where I can finish this node. And of course, we've got one more operator. So this is the last operator for this node. So this node actually has 5 operators, which is different than most of these. Normally, when you do these type of events, there's only 4 operators. But so let's see. Pretty sure we can actually kill him before he does that move again. The question is whether or not my team is actually going to be able to live long enough to kind of get to that point. Let's see. All right, yeah, we actually got it. So not bad. That is a 1-star attempt. So basically what I'll do is I will continue working on Black Widow, and I will then periodically try both of these nodes to kind of get to that 3-star point. Going on over now, just basically the rest of the way this account updates normally work. When we are looking, Mini is a little tight on gold, so I'm spending a little bit more like frugal than I typically do, but I am still buying any gold materials that I do need, and excuse me, so still doing that. Purple's kind of the same thing. Anything that is basically under 100. When I was doing, I had a little bit more money. It was anything that was under 200, but with all the team building, the resources are a little bit on the thin side. Blitz orbs, kind of the same thing. Still just opening up these blitz orbs here. Because I'm currently working on Black Widow, I am opening up these skill orbs. And that kind of went with both Black Widow and Hawkeye, and that just makes farming a little bit easier. Let's see, Raid Orbs, kind of the same thing. I am opening up Baron Zemo when I see him. Same thing with the oranges. Again, I'm a little tighter than I was, and that was partially because I did kind of open a bunch of Raid Orbs to get Zemo to 5 stars. Actually, no, scratch that, 6 stars. So I opened a lot of raid orbs, so I'm slowly kind of accumulating those back up. But again, I'm opening up I'm buying any orange gears that are under 100. Same thing with purple, opening, or I don't know why I keep saying opening, but buying anything that is under 100. In the arena store, I'm not farming any characters. I am really short on training orbs, so I've been buying these L3s. In the war store, I am buying ghost shards when I see them, which I will probably purchase that. And then I've also been buying some of the orange uniques that are needed for Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4. I think I have a pretty good stockpile of G15s to at least get me started, so I am focusing a little bit more on the unfarmable orange uniques. In the Elite Store, same old, waiting for a character that is worthwhile on spending these gold promotion credits on. Haven't seen one yet, so just still kind of holding out, and the other 3 stores are not mentioning. So that's kind of where the overall store is. Looking over here in Dark Dimension 3, Mini is making phenomenal progress, partially due to the actual team that I'm using. So we managed to do the 7th node of Dark Dimension 3 in roughly about 6 days. This attack here, I don't really count as like a full day. So it was either 6 or 5 days. I might have gotten in a second attack like that. The 6th node, kind of the same thing. I actually did that in 2 days. It was a 2-shot. And node 5, again, same thing. It was a 2-shot. So the global team is working out pretty good. I am on the last global node, which is typically the hardest. First day, you basically get all of the ultimates from the enemy, so you don't normally do a lot of damage. Second attack obviously did a lot more. I have not done my global attack in for the day, so we will go in and do that, and then we will wrap up this video. So part of the reason I do like this team, mainly the 3 Pimtech characters that are essential, I would say, to this progress are going to be Stature, Ghost, and Yellow Jacket. And the 3 of them just have a really awesome dynamic. Yellow Jacket, if you T4 his special, he actually drains 30%. And Ghost, with her ultimate, she is going to drain 15%, and that's for all enemies. So just between the 2 of them, one special goes off and Ghost's ultimate goes off, and right off the bat, you've drained out 45% of the enemy's health. Which is almost half their health, which is, pretty crazy for Dark Dimension 3, because they have such high health pools. So going into this fight, we're looking here. I want to get rid of Nick Fury because he is going to summon. We don't like the summons. The summons are going to heal and also taunt, but also these shield securities are going to taunt whenever someone gets to the yellow. So I'm actually going to go in and take those out first. Now, the cool thing between the 3 primary Pimtech characters is going to be, with these evades that kind of pop up, they are going to get healed by Ghost, and you did see Ant-Man died pretty quickly. Typically, Emma will die pretty quickly as well, and it normally ends up being these last 3 that kind of do a majority of the damage. But, so basically, when these evades happen, Ghost heals, and if you look here, so shield security has pretty much all his health. This special knocks him down to the yellow, which is just absolutely insane. It's a phenomenal damage, and basically in one turn we were able to more or less take out shield security, which is pretty impressive for Dark Dimension 3. The enemies have really high health pools and pretty high damage. So we should be able to get him taken out on our next turn. Like I said, Emma did just die, which is okay. We did just lose our yellow jacket, which that isn't as okay. So this is not going to be one of my higher damaged Dark Dimension 3 runs, which is okay. I'd say pretty much like every other day, we have a really good run, and then, we have a bad run, which is, it's fine. Dark Dimension 3 is definitely a slower run, not as fast, but we still did manage, I think, to do some pretty good damage on that run. I think tomorrow we will obviously finish off that security, get the other one taken down, and then we can actually start focusing on Nick Fury. But even with that short little run, I mean, we still managed to do 3.48, which is still pretty good. And then if the pattern kind of continues, tomorrow will probably be closer to a 10 million type damage. But so that is going to be the day 250 account update. So please like and subscribe if you did find this video helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone is having a good week, and take it easy.